Good afternoon, folks. I know you all have some very thoughtful questions for us that are in our manila folders up here, but I have a couple questions for you. First and foremost is our country heading in the right direction right now? No. When we have Republicans that are calling for higher taxes, when we have members of our own party who are looking to expand the role of government in Obamacare, are we heading in the right direction? No. My name's Pete Snyder. I'm a conservative, I'm an innovator, and I'm an entrepreneur. And let me be very direct with you. If you believe politics as usual is working right now, if you believe the career politicians are getting the job done, you will not like me one bit. 14 years ago, I took a risk. I quit a pretty good paying job for a 26-year-old punk. And I had an idea, and I started a company out of my one-bedroom rental. And when you hear stories about entrepreneurs, oftentimes it goes like this. When you hear about Jobs or Gates or Zuckerberg, it's idea, rainbow, pot of gold at the end. We all know that life doesn't work that way. Not one bit. It was hard. It was really hard. And the left loves to say that we conservatives, we don't know what it's like to struggle. We don't know what it's like to make ends meet at the end of the month. Folks, boy do I ever. It got bad. So bad that I was actually down to my last $100. And that is not a campaign tale. I have the bank receipt that proves it. And my then girlfriend, and thankfully she stuck by me, my now wife Burson, used to have to pick up the tab for tacos on our dates because her hotshot entrepreneur boyfriend couldn't pay the bill. It got so bad that my sister actually had to wire Western Union $150 to a Safeway because her big shot entrepreneur brother couldn't buy groceries. But you know what? After a whole lot of prayer and a lot of hard work by a lot of people beyond just this guy, our company and the idea we had caught fire. And New Media Strategies became the first social media marketing company in the world, creating hundreds of good-paying Virginia jobs, but much more so, it inspired a brand new industry that did not exist before, that since has created tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs around the globe. That's not a government handout. That is not a government project, because we all know the government does not create jobs. It was good old-fashioned American ingenuity and a lot of prayer and hard work. I spent my entire life in the private sector, but I've been a foot soldier in our conservative movement for nearly the past 20 years. I graduated from the College of William & Mary. You know what I did? I signed up right away for Ollie's Army. The iconic U.S. Senate campaign for Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, who today remains a very dear friend and who I consider to be an American hero and a conservative icon. You can imagine how proud I was when just 2 months ago, Oliver North endorsed me for lieutenant governor as his conservative candidate. It was like a dream come true. And that company, New Media Strategies, our first client ever was one of the leaders in the life movement, the Susan B. Anthony list. And I've been fighting to change hearts and minds on the most important issue out there, on life, for over the past 14 years. And imagine how giddy I was 18 months ago when I got a phone call. And after being on as a guest and a contributor on Fox News for a decade, I got a call from the head of Fox News, Roger Ailes, and he called me up and he said, "Pete, you are a terrific conservative. I love what you do. You give it and you bring the pain to those liberals every time you're on our airwaves, I want to give you a contract. That's like getting a phone call from George Steinbrenner saying, come play for the New York Yankees. That is the NFL for conservatives. I know what it's like to be under the hot white lights and to take it to every step of the day to the liberals out there. And what I've learned about being in the movement for the past 20 years is that incrementalism and small ball is why we lose elections and why our movement moves backwards. We need to play big. We need to play bold. And when the pundits say after this past election that, you know what, the Republican Party and conservatives need to abandon our principles, absolutely not. We need to embrace our principles, folks. But we need to put that into big, bold, conservative ideas. Winning campaigns are not about the past. I'm very proud of my record as a job creator when jobs and the economy are the #1 issue facing America and Virginia. I'm very proud of my work in the conservative movement for the past 20 years, but I am more excited about what we need to do to win in the future. Virginia was #1 in business 3 years ago. We've dropped to #3. And I will tell you, we will not be back in the top spot if we do not reform our education system that is overrun by liberals. In Virginia, we have some of the, it's like Charles Dickens, we have some of the best schools in the country. We also have some of the worst. And what's our plan? What is our plan for the worst? We keep on shoveling money at them. We're going to talk education reform in our questions later on, but I tell you, when Virginia gets an F for charter schools and choice, it's bad. Folks, I'll leave you with a story on the cowbell. I see a lot of friends here. I also see some folks who have stickers for other people. I met my wife when she was on a date with another dude. If you have any question about me or love in your heart for someone else, get to know me. I will work you over.